Alright guys, this is sales video one. I don't know if we got a good vision for what we could show or how we could demonstrate, but anyway, I'm going to show, basically give you the pitch, kind of working off of an outline here, and yeah, that's the gist. So anyway, here we go. So the idea is that I'm going to be pitching to marketers. I guess the hope is to cut it up into a couple of videos because I think it's too much. So this one I was thinking would be like the little bit about me in the intro. Hey, so if you're finding this video, I hope you don't find the video too douchey because I've never really done anything like this before. We always prefer like a personal touch and a personal phone call with everyone, and I'm looking forward to talking to you. I just thought this would be maybe the easiest and quickest way to really relay the passion that we have for Craft Notes and what we really want to do for you and for your company. You've been selected by some of our local managers because they said that you the best at what you do, and that's really what Craft Notes is all about. And we are seriously the best marketing you will ever do, and I'm got a couple other videos that you can follow to have that. And like I said, I'd prefer it if we could get on the phone and talk if you have any questions and any needs, any concerns, because we really pride ourselves, and my passion has really been supporting cool local businesses. And I've worked in the brewery and restaurant industry for over 15 years, and I basically starting Craft Notes with you by using that experience and taking everything I learned and putting it into this business and how it works. And so I don't want to overwhelm you with facts. And again, if that's why, if you have questions, I definitely want to answer them for you and talk to you personally. But we can get in the nitty gritty if you want. But anyway, these videos will be designed to kind of give you that overview. So anyway, I've been in the industry for 15 years. I started out kind of just selling advertisements for the local publication, school paper. Then I started doing, a lot of my clients were restaurants and bars, all local businesses, not 100% restaurants, bars. But then I kind of moved into making my own software. We had a happy hour website. It was great. It was ad based. It was fun. We killed it. It kind of got me into craft beer in the beginning, and from 2008 to 2015, we ran a lot of successful events. I was also kind of working on some SaaS software. Really, it was originally like slated for vendors or for our customers who were mostly bars and restaurants at the time. But then in 2015, I was fortunate enough to go out and be a featured speaker at the National Beverage Wholesalers Association, which really, like, I had worked a lot with larger brands and seen what they did through the beer festivals. I worked with a lot of breweries and saw them kind of come up. It was a really fun, exciting time to be part of that, because it was the heyday when there wasn't that many craft breweries and everything people were making was cool, and sometimes they made a great product, sometimes they were like just learning their chops. And I've really been excited to see the quality and the excitement in that industry grow, and I'm excited to be a part of it. So but yeah, in 2015, we were able to sell at the NBWA conference. Actually, we were able to sell our company to a couple distributors that pooled their money together and bought us out, and that was great. And so I guess my point is that I've just been in the industry for a really long time, and I kind of understand every little level of it, from the marketing side and from the sales, from the small business owner, from on-premise, off-premise, distributor side, all of it. Probably too much. But anyway, after we sold the company, I just always wanted to do something that I truly believed in and supported the creative efforts. And like I said, I worked with a lot of breweries, and I loved that part of it. I worked with a lot of bars that I honestly didn't really love, but we needed the money to survive, and I took their money and I did the advertisements for them, and it was great. But I guess I just really wanted to focus on the businesses that I loved and the guys that are really, really doing cool things, and that's why it's been so exciting to see just be a part of here in Minneapolis especially, but like everywhere I've been, just to see the rise in chefs and people being at home and farmers markets and sourcing their own ingredients, and how all of that plays into a cool local culture. And that's really what Craft Notes is supposed to be about. And it's kind of a tribute and a homage to you, um, both because I find it interesting, but also because I think that that's personality, and affinity for personality is really the true motivating factor for people to really engage in your brand. And so Craft Notes is seriously the best marketing you will ever do. It's tied to direct sales, indirect sales, branding and advertising, sampling, even on and off premise support we provide in some markets. But it's all done on the idea that we're really trying to help you and help you succeed. And based on everything I've learned about customer behavior and brand growth and brand loyalty, like I truly believe that Craft Notes will be the best marketing you ever do, and I'm excited to have you on board. Um, every part of what we do and every part of this program is customized with the idea of driving new customers, building your brand, telling your story through by building your brand by telling your story, um, and getting you good customers that are actually getting engaged in your brand, give them the opportunity to do that, invite their friends, spend money, and feel good about it. And yeah, I mean, really, it's turning a no customer into a new customer. And I mean, we've been even doing some things like at malls, and to me, it's a horrible place to meet the exact good customer, but I find it exciting because what it's really doing is bringing more people into that industry, and if we're doing our job right, we're teaching people a little bit more about just craft in general, and to really value the time and effort and experience and skill that a lot of our partners bring to the thing. Um, so yeah, I mean, I and we do everything to make sure that that happens. Um, but to bring you the good customers, and first it's a niche product. Um, we go to targeted locations to try to find you the right customers. We focus on stories and try to make things engaging for people. I mean, our focus is people who want to engage with craft and the craft industry, food and craft industry. Um, then our product, we spend a lot of time and effort really making sure we find unique things about each venue, each partner, each and tell your story, and then we make it look cool. We have every single book is hand printed by a local artist, 2-color screen print, and we get to give you an entire page. We actually don't even use any advertisements, so we don't need logos and stuff like that. That's not part of what we do. We actually want it to feel like a zine and some like artist created thing that people can like really stand behind. And it's been exciting. Like we've launched the mobile app, and we just like you guys, we had a big setback from COVID, but um, we really, to me, we're really hoping to make an all-inclusive community where we bring people who maybe weren't part of the craft scene before, whether it be Black people or other like other communities that want to feel part of it. Our mission is really to kind of welcome them in, bring them in, and hopefully make them new customers and new fans of what you do. Um, and I think all my experience selling ads and stuff, that was always like, and marketing services, the number one thing was, at the end is how do we pay for it and what's the investment. And I understand from a small business's perspective, obviously I know some of you guys have a bigger budget than others, but from a small business perspective, like we just wanted to make sure that there was no barrier. Like we want to see people who are actually authentic, people are doing a good thing, give them the opportunity to showcase their product right next to the big guys, and we do that in Minneapolis. Like we've got one of my favorite accounts is like Lawless Distilling, and they're right sitting next to Surly. So it's we just wanted to make sure there was absolutely no barrier to entry, and so our program is 100% based around the idea that we can guarantee a customer in your seat. And there's we're trying to use sunk costs. We're trying to do it within a sunk cost period, and what I mean by that is you're spending money to be open to produce a product, to staff it and make it available during set hours. And so all of those things are costs. So if you've got 1,000 people in the place, or if you've got one, the cost is virtually the same. The only thing that's expandable is the cost to actually serve that product, the ingredient cost, or if you want to look at it as, depending upon how you do your numbers, if you divide it out on what it costs to actually produce with, brewer salaries and or distiller salaries and all that. Um, but we basically are just asking you to provide a drink. So if you're a restaurant and you do open table, you're paying $1 a customer or per reservation. We're providing that for much less. And so we guarantee you a customer. You pay nothing till they become a customer. And if they happen to never show up, obviously that's the worst, because we want them to show up and spend money. But if they never show up, it's just good for branding, because now we've gotten your story out there. It's a free ad impression. And for those of you guys who know about advertising stuff, about the advertising seven rule kind of thing, whatever, it's all great. So anyway, probably a longer intro than I wanted to do, but that's probably everything that you need to know about Craft Notes. And I've got a couple of videos that are very directed to certain goals that you might have. It's specifically directed to direct sales, branding and sampling, branding and sampling. And then we did not do the video for on-premise, off-premise sales right now, but that is something that we're working on as we expand. It's something we do in Minneapolis, and something that we're working on as we expand. So anyway, if you have any questions, please give me a call. And yeah,